Today at First Church, we have a unique service. Our deacons have been working on this for a while. Our entire service is deacon-led. So allow me now to introduce you to our co-chairs, Lisa Freund and Gail Etter.
Welcome to First Congregational Church of Guilford, Connecticut, where we say, whoever you are and wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. So sit back, roll your shoulders back, and take in the messages we have to offer.
Today's reading is from Psalm 91, and we're going to share some verses with you now. Because you have made the Lord your refuge, the Most High your dwelling place.
No evil shall befall you, no scourge come near your tent.
For God will command God's angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways.
On their hands they will bear you up, so that you will not dash your foot against a stone.
You will tread on the lion and the adder, the young lion and the serpent you will trample underfoot.
Those who love me, I will deliver. I will protect those who know my name.
When they call to me, I will answer them. I will be with them in trouble. I will rescue them and honor them. With long life, I will satisfy them
and show them my salvation.
May God grant us wisdom and understanding to this passage.
Why do we still read or listen to ancient texts? I started to write that this psalm was 2,000 years old, but then it occurred to me to check to see when this was written, by whom, and why. There is a latent historian in me always struggling to get out. I know that we are in church and that the answer to this question is because God inspired someone to ask these questions and that they would write this psalm to guide their people. If this were an academic work, at this point we get a footnote that says Moses, approximately 4th century BCE. It would get a second asterisk that says some attribute the psalm directly to King David. To the point, however, it occurs to me that people are people, no matter what era in which they are living. Ultimately, to the point, Psalm 91 is about God protecting all people from danger and that people should have confidence in God even in bad times. The Psalm's main themes include protection. Psalm 91 is about God's protection of all people from dangers such as pestilence, terror, darkness, enemies, and war. The psalm uses imagery of hidden traps, deadly pestilence, terrors at night, arrows by day, stones that can make one stumble, lions and snakes. Someone looking for safety and security in a difficult, not to say calamitous time should know, my refuge and my fortress, God in whom we trust. The point is that God is there to protect all of us. The book of Philippians talks about an unexplainable peace that comes to us at the most difficult times, and everyone has had them. We have all had a shelter, a comfort we cannot comprehend when that feeling descends and the Spirit surrounds us and we lean into faith. Dealing with challenges. Honestly, I love the image of the snare of the fowler being stuck in the desert, backcountry, without a means to communicate could very well be a death sentence. Bit by a snake, over. A minor wound in those days, lights out. Pestilence must have seemed like the work of the devil. What are the answer to all these trials? That's to put your faith in God to guide you. 1,000 may fall at your right hand, but it will not come near you. God is there to protect you from all of that. You must truly love the Lord God and you will be protected. Paul McCartney had the same theme once removed when he spoke of Mother Mary. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. In a moment, Anita will expand upon the idea of God's protection.
At first glance, Psalm 91 gives the impression that God is promising to keep us from harm. It promises to deliver us from snares and deadly disease. It promises that even in battle, no arrow will harm us, that even though 1,000 may fall on our right side and 10,000 on our left, that we will be unharmed. It promises angels to lift us up and that we need not fear any predator. But I think we all know that these are not promises of action on God's part, but more so an understanding that God walks with us in these dark, difficult, and dangerous times in our lives. This has been the foundation of my relationship with God and my faith journey. As a young person, I knew that I was different from the other kids at school. I wasn't interested in the same things that they were, and I never felt like I truly belonged. As I grew older and life became more complicated, I experienced a lot of self-doubt and uncertainty. I discovered that talking to God about my fears and my worries was a tremendous help to me. Being able to have those conversations anywhere and any place made me realize that I was not alone and that no matter what happened, God was there. At first, I prayed for things and for outcomes, the naive way that we all do. Please, God, don't let me fail this test. Please, God, let our volleyball team win tomorrow. Please, God, let me get into vet school. But in time and through life experiences and world events and situations, I realized that that isn't what God is about. God isn't going to give me an A on a test, but would be there with me through it and no matter the outcome. Praying that my team would win, well, doesn't the other team pray that their team will win? Somebody has to lose. But God isn't there to choose the outcome. He isn't there to choose who succeeds. But He is there to celebrate with the winning team and bolster the losing team. Initially, I got rejected from every vet school I applied to. I was crushed, but my relationship with God helped me to know that I wasn't alone in my grief and that a new path would open before me at some point. When the call from Kansas State came telling me that I was chosen from the wait list, I was elated. And even though I was going to be late, I stopped at church on my way to work to give thanks to God for the comfort I felt when the future was unclear and to share my joy. There were dark times when prayers seemed to go unanswered and terrible things happened to me and those I loved most dearly. The only way I survived was through the comfort of knowing that God was there, holding me, protecting me, and reassuring me. My favorite image from Psalm 91 is God will cover you with their pinions, and under God's wings, you will find refuge. I imagine tiny baby chicks tucked safe and warm under their mother's wings. That's how I see God.
A song that I'm going to sing for you right now is by Mark Miller, and it's called A Child of God. It's a song that we do with our children and senior choir here at First Church. No matter what people say or think about me, I am a child of God. And remember that you're a child of God.